So guys, it's been a while since I've said this, but welcome back to Stranded Deep. If you guys remember the previous episode, we basically started the game again in the stable version, so we wouldn't have to worry whether or not the save was going to stay when the experimental mode updated. And I know there's a way you can keep your save, and I have tried it in the past, but I did experience problems when I messed around with that stuff, so I thought it better to be safe than sorry and start the game again. Now, since that, we had a live stream where I basically went looking for an island that I wanted to live on. If you were in that live stream, this is still that island. And all I've done from then is continuously build up and scavenge for parts to try and get back to the point where we were. And I think I'm ready to show you guys what I've been working on. This is it. Isn't she beautiful? I mean, she's kind of ugly in a way, but she's beautiful to me because of the amount of work that I've put into this thing. I don't know what it is. Every single time I start the game again and have to build up, it just feels like it gets harder and harder. And this time round, I went for a different build. I wanted it to look a little bit different, but like halfway up, I decided to use this stuff, which you can see. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. Yeah, it's still doing it. It doesn't actually go all the way up. And then I kind of hated it. But I don't know. It gives it its own kind of character, which I always say if I'm not happy with something in a build, but I don't know, it kind of looks like a hotel. Like a Caribbean hotel. I like it. I put too much work into it to go back now anyway, so I guess I should take you guys on a bit of a tour. Before I do that though, I know there's a lot of people that have played a lot of Stranded Deep, and for the majority, you guys always give me really cool comments to go off, and I learn a lot from you guys, but I've got one question. What's the point of these? I really don't get it. Like, there's farms in the game, which you would imagine you can grow your own crops with, but every single time I've tried to plant something, I'm getting a max yield of 1. Like, look, this one is a kura fruit, and this one is a kawawa fruit, and only one of them is growing. So either I've done something wrong, or it may be a bug in the game, I really don't know, but surely if you're gonna grow something, it should have a minimum yield of 2. So you can eat one and then plant the other one. And then this pops up too, the kawawa. It just constantly says kawawa all the way across. I don't get it. So if anyone's got any suggestions as to maybe I've done something wrong, or maybe there's like a different technique now, let me know in the comments. So let's take a look at, I guess, I don't know, should I call this a hotel? It's the new base either way. It's 3 levels, and before we go inside, I've played around with the new roofs this time round, and the one thing that I will say is if you're going to mess around with what I've done, which is kind of stack 2 sets of roofs on top of each other to make it, you know, for a bigger build, be patient, because it does not snap in the place where you want it to. You'll try and place it and it'll just snap over this way like this, so be patient. Alright, let's go inside. I really hate those things. I've been trying to get rid of them whenever I see them. Oh, which reminds me as well, I need to get some piggies in this episode, because I need the tools. Pretty much like the episode after this, or in between, I'm going to have to harvest as much of this stuff as I possibly can. I still haven't forgot, guys. I'm definitely going to build my design that I told you all like 2 episodes back out of brick. Alright, I'm stalling. Let's go inside. So the bottom floor is pretty much just for storage. And if you didn't know, there is a brand new update out now, which I have tested on my laptop, which is experimental version 0.30. I could be wrong with that, but I'm pretty certain it is that. And it's actually really cool. The front of the boxes now show basically what you name the box, and there's like a quick crafting menu, which I'm pretty certain was in the game a while back. I mean, I only glanced over the update, but I'm pretty certain that was in the game a while ago, where you could just hover over certain ingredients and then you could craft whatever item you had the ingredients for, which is a cool thing to have in the game and it makes it much easier. But I don't know, I'm going to take a look at it when it comes to stable. But this second level, or I guess the first level, is my living quarters, and as you guys could probably expect, I've had nothing but issues. Since I put this stuff in, the driftwood, I've had nothing but issues. I can't put furniture down, no chairs, nothing, no shelves. So it's bare minimum for now. But one thing that I did like is that you can place the lanterns on like the side of these things. I don't know, just gives it a more homely touch. And then the third level, which I did plan to make, like, you guys are going to think I'm insane, but I did plan to make like a helicopter pad, because I still don't know how we're going to be rescued in this game. It's going to come one day when the developers eventually finish the game, but I don't know if I should do it. I think if I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it over there. like in that area that's not being used. But I think this is just going to be like my relaxing area, and I think I know the perfect thing that we need to build up here, so we'll do that first. But this is pretty much the base. I know it doesn't look like much, but trust me guys, going through all the tools and then having to find the stuff to build the tools again, and then grabbing the resources to build this place up, it's been a bit of a bitch. But I do love what we've got. Oh, I didn't show you guys this too. We've got like more resources around this side. I think I've got like a bunch of wood, a bunch of planks. Yeah, I should have plenty of stuff for this episode. I'm so unprepared because it's kind of back to back with just finishing up scavenging for stuff. What did I place this here for? I have no idea why I placed that there. I'm sure it'll come to me during this episode. But the raft is back. I did make a couple of modifications too based on what you guys said. Give it a little bit more buoyancy towards the back because it did sink when I placed the engine on it. So I've tried to do that, but I don't have the engine parts yet. And my raft is kind of floating away. Come back, raft. Look at that strength. Place that there. Got a couple of boxes on there which I need to go through. In fact, let me just look through this real quick. Oh, we got another hammer. Okay, nice. I'm going to take that. Some morphine, another carb, corrugated scrap, some more tarps. I actually need one of those. Whenever I find these, or the flare guns, I just throw them away. But I actually need one of those, I think. Torch, more lashing, and a fuel tank. I wonder if any of these have an engine in them. Nope, fuel tank. Oh, another lantern. Oh, engine. Okay, wait, and we got some leather too. Wait, do we have enough to make an engine now? Duct tape. Like, you're gonna have to take my word for it, guys. I haven't checked these. I just went to as many islands as possible. Just, oh, 2 engines. And another hammer. I went to as many islands as possible. A third engine. I promise you guys, I have not checked this. You're just gonna have to believe me on that. And this shark's going to try and flip this. You're going to try your best, but it won't work. This thing is a beast. Alright, so the first thing that I want to do is kind of set up my relaxing area. I don't know what you'd call it. Like, what do you call it when it's... Like, I know what we call like a computer area. I mean, at least men call it. It's like a man cave. But this isn't necessarily a man cave. What would that be called? Like a penthouse? I guess so. I guess it's a kind of penthouse. Alright, so what do we need? I wanted to take a look at building one of these. So I need to build a fire pit and then just a barrel. I basically want like a cookout area up there. And I want to decorate the place. So a couple of rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Let's just grab a shitload of them. I'm going to grab a couple of sticks too. But you guys can see like how much work I've got cut out during these episodes. I've got to collect so much clay. It's going to be so painful. But I'm prepared to do it. Now, if you guys are wondering too why the episodes have taken so long, I mean, in between of me building up and, okay, we got enough. Alright, that should be more than enough. In between me like building everything up and just trying to get everything right and trying to plan stuff out too, not so I just use all of the island, because I've got plans for this. I've been trying to stream a lot more, trying to keep kind of the best of both sides. A lot of people in the past have asked me to stream more because they want that more of experience of a one-to-one, and I have been streaming a lot more over on Twitch. So I mean, if you guys want to get involved, I'll leave my Twitch link down in the description. But for now, we are going to build ourselves the best barbecue, you guys. Oh, it's doing that thing again. See, this is what it does. I'm pretty sure that I never used to do this. Like, in the old build, it was raised off the floor, but it's not letting me build on the I wonder if it's going to do it on the second level too. Yeah, no, it's exactly the same. Yeah, it's just I wonder if they changed that. Well, shit. I wanted to have like a little barbecue at the top there. Maybe like punch a hole through the roof so the smoke could escape. I thought that would have looked really cool. Alright, so change of plans. I'm going to put the barbecue... Let's put the barbecue right there. I don't want to put it too close to that because then I'm going to have to destroy it again. So place you there. Where's the fire pit? Place you on top. And then the hobo stove? There we go. It's been a while since I've seen this. I actually should have rotated that around so the fire was facing the front. That is going to bug the living bejesus out of me now. You know what? It'll do. It'll do. Alright, so what should we cook on it first? This son of a bitch. We're going to cook this on it first. Where's my knife? Where's my beautiful refined knives? There they are. Alright, I'm going to cut this up. Not enough room in inventory. What? Okay, let me throw some rocks down. But yeah, if you guys haven't already checked the stream out, I know it kind of sounds like I'm trying to plug the stream, but obviously in the videos is the only time I really get to talk to you guys. And I know not everyone follows me over on Twitter, so I mean, if you guys are interested, we play a whole host of different games over there. It's not just the norm. I mean, obviously we do play the forest. I've got some big plans. I may as well tell you guys while I'm doing this, just to pass a little bit of time while I'm just getting the food ready and stuff. I am planning a huge change to the forest. I know a lot of people have wondered where the series has gone. Told you guys from day one, as long as you wanted it, it's not going anywhere. And the plans haven't changed. That's not really enough food. Come here, crab. In real life too, I'm going to start getting into more seafood. I'm not really a big fish lover, but I think from now on, I'm going to start eating more, like changing my diet a little bit. Because fish is super healthy for you as well. Like, if you didn't know, fish is one of the best kind of food you can eat. Alright, how do we light this? Hold to interact. Kindling. Maybe? But yeah, like I was saying before, I've got like a big plan for the forest. But it all depends on what comes in this next update. At the time when we're recording this, I think we're like just a week away. Around about that mark. I've not checked in like 2 or 3 days. But I'm pretty sure it's right around a week away. So I'm just hoping and praying that they change something that I need them to. Alright, this is going to cook up. Alright, so next thing that I wanted to take a look at, how much leather do we have? So we've got this normal crude axe. This one here. So we got 2. I think I've got one over there as well. I'm going to go and grab that leather. But like I say, I've got big changes for the forest. I was going to start the game again. If you guys haven't been in the live stream, then you wouldn't really have noticed, or maybe you've noticed because there's not been too much on in the way of forest content. I've been having problems with the game for like going on a month now. And I don't know if it was a hard drive issue. I started to panic a little bit because I've had hard drive issues in the past. But where is it? I'm sure there was a second one. Another leather there. But yeah, I've had hard drive issues in the past. So I did everything in order to try and keep the save that I had. And if you guys don't know, it's way over like 6 months worth of save now. And in early access games, or not finished games I should rather say, it's not really the best idea for the game. So I did everything I could, and then it turns out it was the save because I tested it, I started a new game, and it's not crashed once. So if you guys are experiencing that problem too in the forest, hopefully that'll help some people out. Alright, 4 pieces of leather. What else do we need to make the pick with? Tools. Need some of these. I had a bunch of those. Let me check my storage because I'm going to need some of those. Medical, food, tools. There we go. How's the food looking? Cooked. Perfect. How are we looking? Shit, I need some drink too. Alright, so go down to refined pick, make one of those. Leave you there. Okay, so we got 2. Can I make another one? Nope. Just gonna grab another one of those. I'm gonna need so many of these things because of the amount of clay. If you haven't done this in the game yet, like, you won't believe how quickly you go through the picks in this game. And it's not just for the clay too. Like, if you want to mine the rocks, especially like I did over there, I think there was 1 node around that side. And then you're gonna need like a crap ton of these picks. Okay, there's another one. Alright, we got 3 there, and I've got that crude hammer too. Alright, we're looking good. Let's have something to eat, and I'll be back with you guys in a second. Okay guys, so we're back. Now, I've just been testing the raft, seeing as though I've just added the actual motor to it, and I think that the changes you guys have suggested have made this thing perfect now. I don't know though, I think I might make it a little bit wider. I don't know if it feels a little bit too narrow. The only problem with it is that turning this thing around is such a pain. It's so much easier now with the motor, but it's still such a pain. Now, I'm just traveling to this island because I can't remember whether or not I've seen a pig, and I need to get one. And I'm going to show you guys something cool which was said in the stream. And I've not forgotten this, but I did forget it after playing the game after so long. And it's so simple. And many of you guys might know this, but it's something so simple. I thought it was just a neat trick that somebody reminded me of that I actually used to do in the game. Okay, let me take a look at this. Is it just one extra wide? Is it worth going too wide? It's so much easier now we've got the motor on. Alright, let me pull this over, just so it's not going to drift away. Look at the incredible strength. Alright, let's take a look around. Yeah, okay, I can see. Already chopped down some trees. That's one of the things about Stranded Deep. You go through the resources so quick, like super, super quick. You burn through pretty much every palm tree for any build that you make. At least if you're like me, you do. Yeah, I've definitely been through these ships. Alright, where's this piggy then? Pretty sure this is an island big enough for one. But when we was in the live stream, one of these are back. You see what I was telling you guys? They're everywhere. And they just coil up and they don't make any sound now. Like, they used to make like a little rattle sound. I think they may have taken that out because, like, rattlesnakes? I don't think this is the area where they would be. I don't know, I'm no expert on them, but I don't think you'd find a rattlesnake on an island like this. But either way, in the live stream, somebody reminded me something that I used to do all the time when playing this game. If you grab a spear and you actually throw it up at the coconut, you can do that. It's something so simple, and I completely forgot about this. So those awkward trees, if you're like me, you'll know exactly what I mean by this. Sometimes you get these really awkward tall palm trees, and when you try and climb them, I'll try and show you guys. When you try and climb them like this, your arms kind of fall out of place, and sometimes you just fall. Wait, it's going to do it. You see how his arms like this? Sometimes you fall just straight back, and you take a little bit of damage. So no, don't get stuck. Just a quick reminder that you can use these things. I completely forgot about them though. And I think it was Panthermore, if you're watching this video. Thanks for the heads up, buddy. I completely forgot about that. Alright, let me jump up. Grab this one. A couple more coconuts. We're going to need them. Any pigs? There's nothing on this island. We're just going to keep venturing out. Ooh, that island looks kind of big. If you guys are wondering, I still haven't found my friend. Nowhere to be seen. I have been checking high and low, guys. Every single island that I go to, I'm looking for that stupid volleyball. Really want to find him. Another coconut. Alright, doesn't look like there's going to be any. I could have swore I saw a pig on this island. Maybe not. Alright, we're going to grab the raft. I want to go to that bigger island over that way. Seeing as though I thought I saw it. Seeing as though this is pretty much just inhabited by a freaking snake, I'm going to let it have this island. As long as it doesn't bother me. Wait, let me try something. Oh, that would have been the best shot I've ever done. I've been practicing with the bow and arrow too. Like, if you want to get a good source of food... Where's my spear gun? If you want to get a good source of food... The bow and arrow, especially on the seagulls, is really effective. I've just lost my freaking spear doing that. What am I down to? 1? Shit. Alright, I think there's another stick over there. But I wanted to tell you guys that I've been playing a whole host of different games, and I hope you've noticed that on the channel too. I've been trying to show you guys some newly released games, some games that I've just been playing on streams and stuff like that, trying to mix it up. Because that's one thing that I never wanted the channel to be. I never wanted it to be a stale channel with the same content. I know a lot of people love the same content. Like, for different channels, it's kind of a channel's main thing. You know, they have their set games, and that's why you guys, or a lot of you guys, go to them. For the longest time, mine was the forest. And that's not going to change. As soon as the plans change a little bit with what the devs are doing for the game, I'm definitely going to go back to it, because I've still got so many ideas. If you guys could see the notes that are next to me here for the forest, you guys would laugh. Like, I've got so much written down, so it's not going away. But I've been playing a whole host of different games. One of the games that I've been into, which is a recommendation from you guys, was Osiris New Dawn. It was one of those games that I never ever played. I never tried it out. I saw a lot of YouTubers playing it, but I played it recently, and I don't know why I never tried that game. And if you didn't know, there was a huge update, so I didn't really know what to expect from the game, like what it was coming from to the new update. But I can tell you guys, if you don't have it, make sure you at least try it. The one thing I would say is it's a little bit pricey right now, so whenever the Steam sales are on, I would suggest you taking a look at it, especially if you like survival space games. Because I'm not going to spoil anything, but I was super surprised at what you could do in that. It does something in that game which games have been trying to do for so long. One of the jokes that me and a few people had while playing the game was, I hope it's nothing like a certain game where you travel to different planets and stuff, you know? I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But funnily enough, there's a lot of surprises in that game that I didn't expect. I'm trying not to like give any spoilers in case anyone is waiting to play it, because I'd hate that if I stumbled across someone making a video and it was nothing to do with the game that I wanted to play. So, but yeah, it's definitely a game you guys should check out. And if you want to see any content from that game, I mean, I imagine everybody's covering it, seeing as though there's a new update out. But if you guys want to see anything from that game, I've actually built a base on like a private game with a few of the friends, so I could definitely take a look at it for you guys. Do I risk going to that shipwreck? There's clay here too. Alright, let's take a look around. Any pigs? This is our main focus right now. We've got a tarp there too. A log there, another clay node. Okay, I don't think I've been to this one. Which means there's a chance. There's a chance he could be here, guys. I always check off the side of these too. That's a quick tip from me as well. Like, if ever you come to these islands, check off the sides. Because sometimes crates and stuff, they fling off these wrecks. You normally get 2 for 1. This looks like an area where the devs would place a wally, doesn't it? No? Beam? You gonna be nice to me this time and just reveal wally in the game? Okay, I'm gonna check up top. If ever I find wally in the game, I'm never letting him go. 1000%. No, nothing. And I have been checking like near the shoreline too, which a lot of you guys said that's where you found him. Alright, let's keep looking around. Oh, I should mention as well about the names of the raft. I did check the comment section, and to be honest, to do justice to the names that you guys came up with, I'm going to have to build a fleet of rafts. But the more I thought about it, like when I was going through the comment section, that's not too bad of an idea. Because if I build different size rafts, then, I mean, smaller rafts, easier, you know, more agile, they can turn on a dime and stuff like that. It might not be the worst idea. Like the big one just used for like hauling huge cargo. The smaller ones just from getting back and forth and stuff. If I can get like enough parts together for a motor and things, you can tell I'm trying to pass the time while I'm just looking around. Alright, let's get back. I don't think there's going to be any pigs. This island looks pretty good though for resources. It's got plenty of palm trees. A couple of shipwrecks. Some planks too. Alright. I'm going to spin the raft around. We're going to take a look at that shipwreck. Hopefully there's some good loot down there. Still on the mission for the pig, but any chance I get some loot. No, don't do that. The game has been acting really strange the last couple of days too. Like, there's a weird glitch as well. I don't know if you guys have experienced it, but if you try and jump off the islands into the ocean, it kind of freezes you in the air and then all of a sudden just drops you in. But as far as I can tell, like in terms of the update from the previous experimental version, which I pretty much showed you guys the update, a lot of people did like it, a lot of people didn't. I saw a couple of YouTubers which weren't too impressed by it because, one, it broke their game too, which I felt their pain. And the second thing was, it was a little bit too harsh. Like the environment features or the environmental features, like the burning and stuff, it was a little bit too much. I don't know though, I like that. I like the harder it is to survive in a type of game like this, the more real it feels. Alright, here we go. I'm trying not to talk so I can keep you guys doing that thing that we always do where we hold our breath. Oh shit, no. Alright, excuse the pun guys, but now I am stranded with the weather like this. I hate travelling like this. Alright, let me take a look at what was in this first. Is there a rebreather? No, we're not that lucky. Now, I could try and kill this thing, but with the water looking like this, chances of me seeing it, there he is. Alright, here we go again. he bit me then. I'm pretty sure he bit me then. Either that or I just didn't notice the screen be that red before. Alright, we're not going to risk it. I'm going to the island again. I'm going to let this storm pass. I'll be back with you guys in a second. No, 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 no. Don't do this. Please, no, game. Holy crap. Okay, so we're back. The weather took a lot longer than I thought to actually clear up, but we got a little bit of daylight left. I'm going to take a look at this bigger shipwreck. So, you guys ready to hold your breath one last time? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, normally there's a crate on the top of one of those things. That's why I told you guys before, always check like the outside of the islands. Alright, here we go again. Ooh, that's gonna sting. I was down there for quite a while. I don't recommend you guys doing that. If you're trying to get tips from watching these videos, by the way, try not to do a lot of the things I do. That was pretty stupid. Like, in a survival situation, you would not do that. Alright, what do we get? Alright, duct tape. It's not a complete loss. And we actually got a fire torch back. Alright, so at least that's a couple of crates. Throw this back down. I don't know if I kept that in the video, but like a second ago when I was over on the island, the raft just started glitching out like I've never seen before. Alright, do I risk, while I've got a little bit of daylight left, do I risk going to look on another island? Or do I take a look at that shipwreck? I think I'm going to take a look at the shipwreck. Where was it? It was right next to this one. It's just that time in the day where it's really difficult to see the bubbles. Where are you, ship? There it is, okay. So, we've got a lot of crap on us. Freeze up 2 slots. Alright, where is it? Here we go! Okay, this one is really hard to see, and it's getting nighttime too. I might have to come back for this. Really don't want to be taking any chances. I want to keep this as real as I possibly can, as I say, with like a freaking hotel on the island over there. But you guys know what I mean. I don't want to be risking any unnecessary things like nighttime for swimming. Okay, so we're back home safe and sound, and I wanted to show you guys just one of the problems that I'm experiencing in the game. If you guys remember a couple of episodes back, there was an update which had the furniture in it, and it had this hook. We did make one of these in the old base, and I attached it to a column just like this. Now this is one of the lanterns that I found in one of the crates from the previous expedition, but look. It does not want to snap to anything. Like, these are 2 different materials. This is a driftwood frame. But in between are the columns, and this is what I attached it to in the previous base. Maybe because it's not a full building? Let me just check this real quick, because I need to know if my game's broken or it's something that I'm doing wrong. Maybe to the outside? Does it work there? No. And this is exactly the same material as what I used in the previous base. I'm probably missing something that I just can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it was as simple as just doing this. But this is the same thing as what's happening when I try to place furniture inside of the house too. It just won't place. I have no idea why it's doing it. I'm probably going to take a look and see why it's doing it, because I really don't want to get rid of this. Like, you guys have no idea how long it took. Well, you probably do, because of how long the episodes have been. And to be honest with you guys, being alone on this island for an amount of time is driving me a little bit crazy. So, alright, so I wanted to say to you guys that I have been reading the comments and I've seen a few of the names. There's been the SS Doris, the Unsinkable 2, the White Pearl, the Nautilus, Foostoon, Foosliner, the Royal Flipper, and the SS Fooster. Now, I know of one which someone came up with, and seeing as though this is more like a cargo thing, I want it to be more of a cargo feel. So I'm going to recheck the comments again just for this specific raft, but for a lot of the names you've just heard, I think I'm going to do what we suggested before. Maybe make like a couple of spaces to build a couple more boats or rafts, like small and medium and big size. Leave this one as the big size. I think that's a pretty cool idea. That way I can implement the names that you guys have come up with. And thank you very much for everyone that did leave a comment. I did have a laugh at the comments section reading through some of the names too. Alright, so let's get back to the house. And I think, seeing as though like we collected quite a lot of leather rather than having to find a pig, I should be okay now for the tools that we needed. Let me just double check this. My primary goal for this episode was just to get quite a lot of tools for collecting this stuff. So, one leather there. Let me place this down. I think one of these has leather in it. Which one is it? Oh no. Did I leave it on the island? Oh wait, did I actually leave a crate over on the island when I docked the raft? I need to check that. I think I know why I left this there. I want to make another hobo stove over on the dock too. Just so I've got a little bit of light. Maybe not acting as like a barbecue, but more like just a light source for the dock. Well, shit. I did. I think I left the other leather over on the island. Yep. Definitely left the leather over on the island. Well, at least we got 2 pieces of leather, and I think there was like 2 or 3 pickaxes. So I can get like a substantial amount of clay now, at least. And if you guys are wondering, just like a little teaser that I'm going to do, I'm going to build off this and wrap around the whole of the island. That's the idea that I have for this build. The only things that worry me right now is the chunk loading or the render distances. It's not going to look nice if it looks just like that, just columns sticking up. But I really want to get this done. It's one of the things that I've wanted to do in Stranded Deep for quite some time, like build a whole island base. And a lot of you guys were on board when I first mentioned it, but doing it out of brick, you guys can imagine how much clay I need. It's going to be insane. Okay guys, so I think that's where we're going to end. I've lit up the barbecue. I'm going to celebrate showing you guys the new build. We've collected like a bunch of supplies so I can begin building some other stuff too. I think I'm going to play around with the furniture, maybe some outside furniture here. But let me know what you think of the base. Should I add anything to it? Does anybody know the reason why the furniture's not going inside? Have I done something wrong or has something changed? And one of the biggest things that I really want to know, I think I'm going to check anyway after the episode, why these things do not work. Look at this. Everything's just screaming to me that these are broken. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with what we got. We got like plenty of supplies to be able to make more tools. I've got 3 of the refined picks now. So this is next on the list, and you guys have no idea how long this takes, but I'm definitely going to do it, and I promise you guys the episodes will not be far and few in between. I'm going to be going crazy to get as much clay as possible, and we're going to be building an island base, I promise you guys. Oh, I'm also going to come up with a name for the rafts too. So I'm going to stuff myself full of meat and get some rest and begin working on gathering some clay, but for now I am going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you all in the next one.